Hello everyone and welcome back to Boater Plays Something. We are playing The Outer Worlds, previously broadcast on The Citadel over at Insane Games TV. If you're interested in that channel, you can check it out in the description below. But in the meantime, let's play something.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel. I did not turn that screen around, but I assume I'm in frame. Yes, I am. I'll fix that eventually. We are playing The Outer Worlds today. If you were not here the last time that we played this a couple of weeks ago, we did a bunch of side quest stuff and are on our way to continue with the main quest, where Reed Thompson has told us that a bunch of workers have deserted and are taking some power with some MacGuffin that we need. There's one at the town, and there's one that these workers have with them. We need one, and he's not going to give it from the town when these workers are deserting the corporation over there. So we're going to try to track them down. Let's go to game view, and let's turn up my volume again. And continue. And while that's going, I'll get that camera bit turned around, and maybe I should have packed up some of this junk on the desk! God! Such a mess over here. Don't need that. Flip that around. If I come back and it's still doing like the wrong game save, swear to God. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a good time. I hope everyone had a good day, a good weekend a couple days ago. I know I did. Wow, I'm really showing some merch here. Boy, if I was actually wearing like some Insane Games TV merch, that would be great. But no, this is just a t-shirt I own. It was like T-Fury or something, maybe? Anyway, looks like we're ready to go. Let's play a game. Okay. We want to check our journal, and we are on Comes Now the Power. Reed asked you to deliver a message to Adelaide and her deserters. I'm not muted, am I? No, I'm not. Come back to town, because he's cutting off the power. Adelaide and her people are camped out in the botanical lab north of Edgewater. Y'all let me know if audio is poopy, but otherwise I think it's fine. Anyway, come now the power. Off to the botanical lab. What's the map look like? So we're playing Stacy. Stacy used to be a stickball mascot back before coming to Halcyon. Looks like we take a right over here. On the Citadel, we play games that have gotten a mixed response somewhere along the way. Outer Worlds was actually really well received. It really stretches what we play on here, to be honest. It did get a little bit of criticism, people that were looking for, you know, another Fallout game or something, but... See, Botanical Lab.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Hi. Can I put my gun away? Sorry, let me just strip the meat from these things.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Actually, I'm looking for Adelaide. I kind of need some answers. So if either Adelaide or answers are here, then actually it is here and not here.
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for
Oh,
another.
oops, I asked the wrong question. I asked what her problem is. Well, you obviously want a tight ship.
You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open
Seems
for the
pretty
next
cool out right
marauder
now.
raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now
I think
I'm
I
pacing
saw
around
her.
wondering if marauders got to her.
Upbeat, a little strange, love Rizzo's. Yeah, I met Zoe. She was in a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, Marauder Camp. Is she alright?
Do you mean like in the head or...
Zoe's family. Chiding her is our purview, not yours. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
So I'll look into that. In the meantime, do you have somebody named Adelaide around here?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
So I'll let you go. I'm glad you're amenable to me hanging out here now. Hi Parvati. I forgot you were there. Let's go get Zoe first. Because maybe that'll look better when we talk to Adelaide if we bring home a lost family member. This button. Just gotta figure out what my buttons are. Journal. There we go. Time to run a little bit. It's a good thing that I'm in such good shape from everything I do. I'm not going to be doing that voice just the entire time. Trying to keep it just a dialogue because I'm not great at it. And it's not like that one time that we were playing We Happy Few where we just went all in.
I wonder if Prue made it this far.
Nope. Was wondering if I could get Honey. Just basically poo-bad my way through there. Oh, you're on your own, mate. Boy, we have fun here on the Citadel, don't we? Let's stick to the roads. I was like, we can go around. Oh, well, that's still... Wow, that feels powerful. So how's that Queen of the Marauders thing going for you?
I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
So somebody's looking for you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Yeah, but I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
So why'd you go?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself.
Okay, I don't care about that.
I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got all the time in Halcyon.
So unless I do persuade, she's not actually going to go back. Let me see if I've got anything that adds to persuade. Let's see here. That's lie. That's dodge. That's tech skills. That's not useful. Neither are you. So that's what happens to marauders. So how about we just continue along?
Ever consider the marauder life? It's pretty sweet.
There's no marauders. There's no marauders! You queen of nothing! Okay, let me see if there's something around here that'll convince her that this is a bad idea. I think I've checked all this stuff before. I think I've checked all this stuff before. If I can't do it with persuade, there has to be another way to do it. The game is kind of built around there are multiple ways around your problems. And I don't necessarily see how violence will solve this one. Oh, hello. Cigarette lighter. You say something about a Wentworth? Was that a cigarette? Do you need a cigarette lighter? I don't condone smoking, but I mean, if it'll get you back home.
Ever consider the...
Okay. So that's the negative. What other buildings we got? Looking for more stuff to convince her. That's some stuff to take. Okay. Is that a screen I can turn on? Ooh. That is pretty, especially with that flare that you can actually kind of see a little bit of... I thought you could see the filament in it. I guess it was just a lens flare elements interacting. Oh, is that it? Yeah. Dang it, I discovered a new place and it's still not something that'll help me out. I've checked all these. Yep. What about over here? Wow, a couple of mechanical sentries around here. That's interesting. Doesn't help me. Evicted, aka that building's closed off. Any other buildings that have stuff in them? Otherwise, I'll go back to Adelaide and be like, yeah, sorry, she's not budging. Alright, I've checked those, so I've been this way. Let's check this central building one more time, though I think that one is also closed off. This I've checked. Oh, that's got stuff. Yeah, there's that. A couple of cranes. Did that, and that's got evicted on it. Alright. Back to the botanical gardens, then. Ooh. What do we got here? Alright, Gotti. So she's not going to move because she's Queen of the Marauders. There are no Marauders there. So I guess we'll see if Adelaide has any. Hold on, I saw a chest there. I don't know if I've opened it yet. Ooh. Alright. Completely derailed my train of thought because I was worried if we'd gotten that. Alright. Journal. Come now the power. Oop. That's not what I meant to do. Put that away. Alright, let's start in the greenhouse. Then we can explore the rest of the town. Adelaide.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
So you must be Adelaide. Oh my god, it's so great to meet you.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often.
I forgot how
As a
sometimes their
Samuel,
pupils look like
You
diamonds
should try some
rather
of
than
my
circles.
tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
So that's nice. So it looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Is that poetry? I didn't do well in poetry or English or whatever they called it. It's not my strength. So you picked a pretty crappy place to put down roots.
Terrible to those of us accustomed to the comforts of a civilized life. But I have always believed that freedom is more important than comfort.
Is this your greenhouse, or is it like a community greenhouse, or how does that work?
Dear, the garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its
So we've got a
equally,
certifiable
absent of
hippie
prejudice.
here. I never knew you could grow tripe in a garden. I'm surprised you managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
So Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
It was something about coming back to the town or losing power. To be honest, I wasn't really listening, and it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific.
I don't know what that means, but I feel like your one to talk is certainly applicable.
I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Well, he wanted me to divert your power over to him. He said something about a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Well, your camp has a power regulator, and I need a power regulator.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Oh my gosh, Stacy the hero. I haven't been called a hero since I... really a hero in helping that team bond through that shared trauma. It was so much fun. Oh, yeah, what are our choices? I wasn't actually vocalizing even though I muted the mic. How crazy is that? So, what's your whole problem with the town again?
You've seen that miserable.
I was thinking about the time I was a hero with the entire
Hollowed-out
team.
workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised
Yeah,
me all by
definitely
his
like
own strength.
diamond pupil thing going
Look what
on.
they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
So let's say I help you out. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down. Workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
And then you get a whole bunch of people that show up in your camp that didn't want to be there? That doesn't sound super fun. Like, have you ever had people show up to a party that just don't want to be there? They're a total downer, but they come along because Rebecca's like, oh my god, Rebecca and Becky, can you fucking believe it? Anyway, Rebecca brings Becky because, oh my god, she's so nice, but she's just got to come out of her shell a little bit. And then Rebecca fucks off with 5 other boys, and Becky's left there just standing around in the middle, doesn't even have a drink in her hand, and is totally just being a total buzzkill. It's not fun is what I'm trying to say. She didn't want to go to the party, but she was dragged along anyway. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have a whole town full of buzzkills just coming down on your little town. And I don't get to tell you that. And that's super unfortunate. So I guess I'll just say that I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
What you got?
Where are we headed?
So I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother. I wanted to ask her advice on this thing, but I guess we'll just go with
That's on account
this.
of how I never met her.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Hold on, no, Stacy would totally. Do you mean that she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Is that normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. You mean about the mission being too clean?
Oh yeah, let's Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Guys, I think Parvati might be smarter than me. I don't like that. I don't like when my party members are smarter than me, David. It sucks. Alright, so you're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. So maybe a good machine is just one that you haven't seen.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
So in the bar, you asked if I was the drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker yourself.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that.
Wow.
You got better things to think on. Sorry.
Okay, well, if you ever want to talk about it, I'm happy to listen. I mean, everybody needs to cut loose now and again.
I'm just not everybody.
I'm trying to... What would Stacy say, even if it's not what I would normally say? Alright. All this would be theft. Yep, taking that would be theft. So we don't gotta do that. There's Adelaide. She's wandering around there. All that would be theft. So let's wander back out here.